So I did something really stupid. I ranked the top 20 horror movies of all time. Just ranked them. I roasted every single one like they personally ruined my credit score. So let's get into it. If you're the kind of person who watches horror for comfort, you might as well stick around. You're my people now, whether you like it or not. Number 20. Smile. This woman starts seeing people smiling like cracked-out mannequins. Everyone around her acts like cursed customer service reps. And then a demon turns her life into a 7-day countdown to panic vomiting. Critics praise this for its tension, performances, and for revitalizing supernatural horror for modern audiences. I put it at number 20 because this movie literally made me throw up, and I lost 4 pounds. Honestly, if horror doesn't double as a weight loss plan, why bother? Every smile in this movie looks like someone trying to upsell me a burial plot. If anyone smiled at me like that in real life, I would sprint into traffic wearing flip-flops. Number 19. The BABADOOK. A single mom reads a children's book and accidentally summons a shadow demon who looks like a Victorian magician going through a divorce. And he decides to mentally body slam her for entertainment. Critics say it's iconic, atmospheric, symbolic, and an instant modern horror staple. Me? This is number 19 because I screamed so loud a blood vessel in my eye popped. I looked possessed for 48 hours. Method acting, but completely unwilling. The Babadook shows up like he's about to ruin my entire life. If that book reappeared under my bed, I would swan dive into a wood chipper. Number 18. Paranormal Activity. A demon moves into this couple's house and starts beefing with them by slamming doors, stomping around like an entitled raccoon, and dragging the girl out of bed like he's collecting overdue rent. Critics say it's innovative, terrifying minimalism, and genre-defining found footage. I put it at number 18 because I slept with every light on for 2 weeks, and my electric bill became a hate crime. If something dragged me out of bed at 3 a.m., I would simply pass away midair. This movie made my own shadow look suspicious. Number 17. The Strangers. 3 masked psychos terrorize a couple in their vacation home for literally no reason except because you were home. No motive, no backstory, just pure chaotic evil knocking on your door at 4 a.m. asking if Tamara's there. Who the hell is Tamara? Critics say this is a masterclass in atmospheric dread, minimalist horror at its finest, proving you don't need explanations to scare the absolute hell out of people. I say this movie is why I have trust issues and 17 deadbolts on every door. The fact that they just show up for no reason and torment you all night. This is my literal nightmare fuel. And don't even get me started on the record player scene. I threw my vintage turntable in the trash after watching this. Also, fun fact, if someone knocks on my door past 9 p.m., I'm assuming it's murder and calling SWAT. Sorry, DoorDash driver, you're collateral damage now. Number 16. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. A group of idiots picks up one crusty hitchhiker, and suddenly they're getting chased by a sweaty man wearing someone else's face, swinging a chainsaw like he's late for his shift at Hell's Home Depot. Critics claim it's raw, gritty, brutal, historically important, and insanely influential. I claim it stressed me out so badly my sweat started sweating, and now I flinch at the sound of chainsaws every single time I hear one. Leatherface runs like he's speedrunning cardio. The second he revved that saw, I would evaporate like a spilled White Claw. Number 15. Insidious. A kid decides to astral project without adult supervision, gets kidnapped by a demon who looks like Darth Maul's unemployed cousin, and the parents handle it with the energy of people who just lost the TV remote. Critics say it has iconic jump scares, incredible atmosphere, and revitalized supernatural horror. I say the demon popping up behind Patrick Wilson made me bite my own tongue and cry like I just got slapped by a 3rd grader. If anything whispered my name in the dark, I would eject from my body like a faulty DVD. Number 14. Sinister. A true crime-obsessed dad moves into a murder house on purpose, finds a bunch of cursed snuff films, watches them like they're Vine compilations, and accidentally invites a demon who looks like an emo SoundCloud DJ. Critics frequently cite this as one of the scariest movies ever made, backed by heart rate studies. It's praised for its tension, sound design, and for Baghul being the world's most traumatic JPEG. I frequently cite it as the Super 8 film that stressed me out so bad I broke out in hives shaped like question marks. My body literally had to process the confusion. If Baghul ever showed up in my backyard, I would immediately chew through drywall to escape. The lawnmower scene made my soul leave without filling out a forwarding address. Number 13. The Conjuring. A family buys a Dollar Tree demon house. Ghosts start clapping in their hallway, and the Warrens walk in like, "Hi, we heard you're being haunted. Mind if we risk your lives for our scrapbook?" Critics say it's a masterclass in modern horror, with expert tension, brilliant directing, and terrifying set pieces. I say this movie made my blood pressure reach Olympic-level records. I could hear my own heartbeat, you guys. If something clapped behind me in the dark, I would throw myself into the basement blindfolded and let whatever's down there finish me. That hide and clap scene aged me 11 years. Number 12. A Nightmare on Elm Street. A burnt man with knife fingers breaks into teenagers' dreams like he's doing illegal home renovations, cracks dad jokes while murdering people, and refuses to respect personal space. Same, honestly. Critics call it creative, surreal, with an iconic killer and an unforgettable concept. It revolutionized slasher horror. I call it, "Freddy, quit jumping into my REM cycle like a glitchy pop-up ad. Now I sleep like I'm being hunted." Also, mad props for the 1-2 rhyme. That song absolutely slaps. Number 11. Saw. Two dudes wake up chained in a dollar store bathroom while a dying man in a hoodie plays escape room with consequences and leaves instructions like he's hosting a sadistic TED Talk. Critics say it reinvented psychological horror. It's known for its iconic twist, creative traps, and gritty style. I say this movie stressed me out so deeply, I started sweating from parts of my body that don't even have pores. Disgusting. If Jigsaw told me to solve a puzzle to survive, I would simply say no, thank you, and die instantly. My brain cells clocked out 20 minutes in. Number 10. The Ring. A cursed VHS tape kills you in 7 days. A swamp girl crawls out of your television like she's sick of your streaming choices, and nobody has touched a remote the same way ever again. Critics call this a cultural phenomenon, atmospheric, haunting, with universally terrifying imagery. I put it at number 10 because the second that TV flickered, I screamed so loud my neighbor called to check if I was being murdered by my blender. Again. If my phone rang after watching that tape, I would jump out my window and leave a cartoon outline behind. That TV scene at the end? Are you kidding me? Number 9. Get Out. A guy meets his girlfriend's family and slowly realizes they're running a human Apple store where people get refurbished with other people's brains. Critics say it's Oscar-winning, brilliantly written, socially sharp, and changed modern horror. I say the teacup scene had me spiraling so hard I dropped my own drink and questioned every relationship I've ever had. If someone swirled tea at me like that, I'd dive headfirst into a trash bin. The sunken place felt like my brain hitting a loading screen. Number 8. Scream. Teenagers get prank called by a killer who trips over everything, still manages to stab everyone anyway, and acts like a failed theater kid with a vengeance. Critics call it meta, clever, and say it revitalized horror in the 90s. I think Ghostface running had me laughing so hard I pulled a muscle in my neck. The man moves like a drunken ferret. If Ghostface asked my favorite scary movie, I'd answer, this one, because I'm about to die in 30 seconds. Number 7. It and my boy Pennywise. The sewer clown wakes up from his 27-year nap, starts eating children like it's a tasting menu, and terrorizes a group of bullied kids who realize they have to fistfight a cosmic demon with nothing but bikes, swears, and trauma bonding. It's widely praised for its acting, especially Bill Skarsgård, its coming-of-age heart, terrifying set pieces, and for taking a beloved Stephen King story and making it both modern and horrifying. It's considered one of the best horror remakes ever made. I put this at number 7 because Pennywise is an icon. He's terrifying, but the fact that he keeps his makeup that nice in a literal sewer is honestly impressive. Pennywise pops out of that storm drain like he's trying to recruit me for Hell's Circus. If a clown whispered my name from a gutter, I would spontaneously combust. Number 6. The Witch. A Puritan family beefs with nature, loses instantly, and a goat starts giving career advice that leads to a full satanic glow-up. Critics say it's an atmospheric masterpiece with a breakout performance and dread-filled perfection. I say, the goat spoke one sentence, and I nearly passed away from shock. If a farm animal ever addressed me by name, I would explode like a Samsung battery. Number 5. Silence of the Lambs. Rookie FBI agent has to get therapy from a cannibal psychiatrist who talks like he's slow roasting your insecurities, while a man named Buffalo Bill is kidnapping women and moisturizing like it's an Olympic sport. This movie won 5 Oscars, including Best Picture, which is actually insane for something this dark. Anthony Hopkins gives one of the greatest villain performances in cinema history. One stare into the camera, and my spine evaporated. This is my number 5 because Hannibal Lecter blinks slower than a lizard, reads people for filth, and somehow still has that toxic bad boy energy you text back. Except for the whole eating people thing. Buffalo Bill doing that dance? I need therapy, a restraining order, and absolutely no lotion, ever. Number 4. Hereditary. A family accidentally signs up for Demon Prime, Grandma is running a satanic pyramid scheme from beyond the grave, and everything goes downhill faster than my mental stability on a Sunday night. Critics call it a masterpiece, one of the greatest modern horror films ever made. I call it the movie that deleted my soul backup. This is my number 4 because halfway through I forgot my own name, address, and why the lights were off. That clicking noise instantly shaved 5 years off my life expectancy. I hear it in random creaks and just accept that I'm gonna die. Number 3. The Exorcist. A demon hijacks a 12-year-old, the furniture starts doing Olympic-level gymnastics, and homegirl is projectile-vomiting shades of green Crayola never invented. Critics still call it one of the greatest, most influential horror films of all time. And they're right, unfortunately, for my nervous system. My head started spinning around the second hers did. My neck, my faith, and my sleep schedule have never recovered. If my kid crab walked down the stairs, I would put the entire house on Zillow, hand the demon the keys, and move into the sun. Number 2. The Shining. One already unhinged man gets hired to babysit a haunted hotel, starts networking with ghosts at the bar, and decides axe murder is a personality trait because winter depression hit different. Critics call it psychological perfection and an all-time classic. I call it 2 hours of me questioning my own sanity. This is my number 2 because I genuinely tried to telepathically call the police while I was watching. The twins. The bloody elevator. The maze. This isn't a movie. It's a slow, beautifully shot mental breakdown we all agreed to witness together. And honestly, that's kind of my brand. Number 1. Halloween. Don't come for me. This is my list, and I will die on this leaf-covered Midwestern hill. An escaped mental patient with the emotional range of a potato stalk's babysitters, teleports casually, and ruins suburban Illinois like it's his seasonal side hustle. Critics say it's iconic, simple, genre-defining. I say it's the reason I check every window twice and judge every white mask I see at Spirit Halloween. Michael walks slower than depression and still catches everyone, including my will to live. If I saw him across the street, I would immediately collapse like a fainting goat and just let destiny happen. Michael Myers has my whole heart in the horror genre. He's not evil, he's just passionately misunderstood. That's my all-time list. For now. If you made it this far, you're either a horror addict or just as emotionally unstable as me, which means you officially live here now. No refunds. I want your version in the comments. Which movies did I miss? Who are you kicking off this list? And who is your horror goat, the one you'll defend with your whole chest? I'm absolutely stealing your chaos for a future video built entirely from your picks, so if you want your nightmares represented, drop them below and don't disappear.